let's get into some predictions for the awards. Some real early predictions. So barring any injuries, let's go ahead and start it off with the comeback player of the year. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and say it. I think they'll give it to DeMar Hamlin hands down, just because of what happened to him last year. Regardless of how he plays, I just feel like he's getting it. Um, Wayne, how you feel about that?
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. The fact he already made the team, I'm sure he'll be starting to as well as safety. It should be him. I can't really think of anybody else who had like a severe injury that is vital for their team right now. So
Not yet. He's coming.
not
He's
yet. So
coming.
I say Demar right now. Honestly, I go with that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Tommy Grand, who you got for comeback?
I'd be an asshole if I didn't say Damar Hamlin, but I mean, it's going to be Damar Hamlin or Lamar
I'm gonna
Jackson.
be that guy.
It's either Damar Hamlin or Lamar Jackson. Tua doesn't have enough. Well, he's got a pretty solid receiving core. He's got Eric Waddle and Tyreek Hill, but Miami just is not going to win enough games for that. Russell Wilson, cool, it's fine. No, I won't. I'm not on the Broncos train. And Brees Hall, the big thing in New York is obviously Aaron Rodgers. So he's just not going to get enough attention. So it's between Lamar Jackson and Damar Hamlin. So I'm obviously leaning towards Damar Hamlin. He literally, well, we're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into all the conspiracies and all that jazz. So I'm just happy to see him back on the field.
Yes, sir. He made the roster. Sav, man, who you got?
Man, who I got? Are you sure? Y'all should have the same person. You know what I'm saying? Like week 4, they're gonna realize, look, DK, you're not Mr. Prescott, you're not proven. And then bam, Mr. Lance gonna come in and shake things up. Trey Lance for the comeback. That's what I'm telling you. Right now, I'm calling it. I'm calling it right now. Dak's not gonna prove himself worthy, and Trey Lance gonna come in, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom.
So look, I will say this for the listeners at home, Trey Lance for comeback player of the year right now on FanDuel. If you put $100 on it, you can win $10,000. So I'm just gonna put that in the airwaves for any of the fans who want to entertain Sav.
That's crazy. Only 10K?
He said only 10K.
You see how believable that is? $100 for 10K is crazy. Like I would expect like $10 10K. That makes more sense. That makes it sound unrealistic. $100 for 10K. Somebody got some faith somewhere. You realize that, right?
Once you become a Dallas,
no. Yeah. I want you.
Once you become a Dallas fan, you'll understand there's no faith.
No, that's not right. Once you become a Dallas Cowboy, everything gets a little weird. That's just what happens. Because if he was with any other team, the odds probably would have been a little bit. Actually, no. The odds probably would have been lower if he was on another team. So
that don't stay healthy enough for me to believe that that's not a proven statement. Personally, I'm sorry that's your man's, and y'all don't want to hear that. But the way my fantasy teams look recently with the end of that, I don't trust him. He never getting drafted by me again.
I don't have any issues with that. Well,
that's another episode for a different day. We're gonna move on here to coach of the year.
Remember,
we're gonna move on to coach of the year. I believe Tommy Grand spilled his beans early, so let him go ahead. Let him go ahead and repeat that for everybody.
That's crazy. That's crazy. No, I'm just kidding, man. I said that we're going to go with Robert Salah or Dan Campbell. I like both of those options. Dan Campbell has this Lions team completely different from what they once were. Everybody's like, oh, this is just a gimme game. Who cares about the Lions? Now you have to like prep for the Detroit Lions. You're like, hey, no, these boys might come in and beat us down. They arguably might win. I mean, it's arguable that they might beat this Kansas City Chiefs team that are coming off the Super Bowl hangover. So, I mean,
but I'm gonna definitely agree with you.
I'm going with Robert Salah, but the black horse being Dan Campbell. Those are my two picks for coaching.
I'm gonna definitely agree with you on that week 1.
And
I think he wins the coach of the year too.
And Doug Peterson will be a close third. So I think Jacksonville is going to be a big surprise. Detroit's going to be a big surprise. But the New York Jets, especially just with everything's going on, the New York Jets, man.
Let me ask you, before I ask one of them their prediction, how is Jacksonville going to be a big surprise when you told me they're going to win the division?
Because people are just going to think it was a one-off. People are going to think it's like, oh, okay, whatever. But I guess the AFC South is also pretty weak. But it's just seeing the next step forward for them. And we know Doug Peterson is proven. It's just, if they had like a comeback coach of the year, Doug Peterson would also be that. Because Jacksonville could if they get into the big dance with all those other teams, man, you never know. You never know what could happen. That team has a lot of firepower, and their defense is fast. Like, yeah, top 5 defense, top 5 offense.
Okay, Wayne, how you feeling?
Yeah, I go Dougie P in Jacksonville. Feel like they'll take off this year and really separate themselves in that division for years to come. And this will be that breakout year.
Okay.
I can see where Dan Campbell could get it. But nah, I'm gonna go Dougie P. For me.
Okay. Respect on that one.
Shout out Dougie
Sav,
P.
man. Sav, man. Where you lying? Who you going
Dougie
with?
P, bro. You already know it. You already know the vibes.
Dougie P getting some real love out here. Okay.
I already know the vibes.
All right. Shout out to the NFL offensive player of the year. I think Burrow's gonna tear it up this year. I think Chase might take the crown this year. Jefferson got it last year. I think Chase is gonna take it from him this year. Wayne, how you feel?
You going Jay Jettis?
I'm going Chase.
Oh, Chase. Okay. That's a player of the year. That's a tough one, dog. I'm gonna probably go Nick Chubb. I'm thinking about Nick Chubb or Tyreek Hill. Tyreek probably gonna go off. He missed a couple games last year, and I feel like he wanted 2 of that whole year. It's between Chubb, Tyreek, and McCaffrey for me, because McCaffrey gonna get a lot of touches this year with Brock Purdy dumping it off. But I'm going Chubb, man. For some reason, I like Chubb's game, man. He just gets it done.
All right. Sav, man, how you feel?
It's gonna vary. It's gonna vary. Uh Offensive player of the year. We doing is all around, or like both divisions, or
no,
we just doing
well, this is all the offensive
all the
players.
divisions? Defensive player of the year.
No, this is for offense.
Oh shit. Offensive player of the year. That's tough, bro. That's very tough. Nick Chubb's. Nick Chubb.
All right. Okay.
I'll go Nick Chubb.
All right.
Because y'all all said receivers, right?
No, he said I believe Wayne went with Chubb as well.
Chubb, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. That just makes most sense. Browns ain't got nothing for real.
All right. So Tommy, who you lying with, the running back or receiver? Where you going?
Well, I said earlier in the evening, I'm going with Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, that's right.
Barring him staying healthy. If he stays healthy, San Francisco 49ers are going to depend on him deeply. Brock Purdy played well his first couple outings, obviously, but Christian McCaffrey, they're going to lean on heavy, him and Deebo Samuel. But the difference is, I think Christian McCaffrey's going to get a lot more handoffs, going to have a lot more opportunities to score. And he'll also be throwing touchdown passes to Deebo Samuel in the receiving core. So I think Christian McCaffrey, upon staying healthy, has a really good chance of winning Offensive Player of the Year.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get over to the defensive side of the ball. Defensive Player of the Year for this season. I'll have to go with a guy that staked his claim early on. I believe I don't even think he got 1 vote last season. Mr. Parsons himself. He said he's going to get it done, and I believe he's going to get it done. That's why his jersey hangs right behind me. And hopefully Mr. Tommy Grant can agree with me on this one. Tommy, how you feeling?
it's hard to say. Micah Parsons should have won Defensive Player of the Year last year. I think it's going to be a lot more attention focused on Micah Parsons and stopping him. With that being said, I think that you'd be crazy not to say he's the front runner now. So I would say I was going to be a mix between Micah Parsons and TJ Watt. I really like TJ Watt. And that Pittsburgh front seven is going to be good, especially with that her big kid as well. It's going to free up a lot of space for TJ Watt to really get active. And if Nick Bosa get on the field, you can never really count out Nick Bosa. I feel like the Defensive Player of the Year award is like a rushers, like an edge rushers award or a linebackers award. Basically, an edge rusher, basically the person that's going to affect the quarterback the most. And those three guys have proven to get after the quarterback, obviously. So between TJ Watt, Micah Parsons, Nick Bosa, with Micah Parsons being my leader. And that's just not Cowboys bias. That's just looking at how Micah Parsons affects the game.
Okay, no shout out to Myles Garrett. That's cool. Sav, how you feel?
No disrespect to Miles, but, it is what it is.
I mean, Micah Parsons don't get more sacks than Myles Garrett. You're crazy if you think so, but that's besides the point. I personally, I mean, you said Myles Garrett. I was thinking Myles Garrett. I kind of just want to be off. I want to be off the wall and put faith in somebody. If I see them being a contender, I want to put faith in my boy. And he's not a rookie no more. And since I couldn't do it last year, I'm gonna do it this year. Defensive Player of the Year, shocker, underdog statement, but big baller, Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. It's just the way they're gonna play, in my opinion, and he's the height and the speed that he has is just really quick coming off that line, coming off that edge, and it's, in my opinion, it is going to throw off some defenses. I mean, throw off some offenses. I'm tripping. I'm sorry. So I would say Aiden Hutchinson for sure, as my Defensive Player of the Year.
So right now on FanDuel, they got Aiden Hutchinson at plus 3,000 for $100. So that's not too off the wall.
I'm poor, so let's talk to me in double digits.
All right, Wayne, how you feeling here?
So for me, I gotta go with Micah. Honestly, Micah's a dog, man. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's you guys' defense. Cowboys fans, that's your defense overall. That man holds it down. I don't feel like he can be stopped. Whatever they throw at him, he can't be stopped at all. But right behind him, I definitely have Myles Garrett because Myles Garrett's all of Cleveland's defense too as well, all of that line. But yeah, I gotta go. Micah will win that thing for sure.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get into the rooks. The where is it? Offensive rookies of the year. I'm gonna have to go with Robinson, man. Bijan. That's I feel like he's gonna get this one done and come away with this. If not him, I got Anthony Richardson. But yeah. Sav, you seem to not agree with that. How you feel?
Zay Flowers, 7 mil. You ain't getting $7 million signing bonus for nothing. He going dumb. Zay Flowers, bro. That's how I'm feeling. Bro.
All right,
like
all
that.
right. All right, Wayne, man, how you feel?
Yeah, I got Bijan. I feel like at the end of the day, if all fails for Ritter down the field, he's gonna dump that ball off, and Bijan's gonna get it done. I don't like Bryce or Anthony Richardson. I feel like they're gonna put too much pressure on them this year. They're gonna have like decent stats, but it's not gonna be all that like we expect it to be. I feel like Anthony Richardson is gonna be the focal point of that offense, but still, it's not gonna put enough, value behind them for this year for that award. So I could definitely have Bijan all the way, winning that Rookie of the Year award.
Okay, Tommy Grand, how you feeling?
Yeah, Lamar's got to be able to throw the ball accurately for Zay Flowers to
I
potentially
knew it was
win
coming.
Rookie
I
of
knew
the
it was
Year.
coming.
So
I knew there was shade. I knew there was
Offensive
shade
Rookie of the
coming. I
Year.
felt it.
That's just something
crazy.
that needed to be said.
Yeah.
Let's just lay that on the table right then and there. So, and there's going to be other receivers out there. Plus, he's going to throw the ball to Mark Andrews and Odell Beckham. I don't know. I just dislike the
That come
Ravens.
for me.
I just
come for me.
no.
though.
I really just
Gotcha.
dislike the Ravens.
Respect.
That's really all it is. Yeah, listeners and watchers of the show know that I just dislike the Ravens. So that's all that really is.
Fair.
But then,
Fair.
yeah, so I'm going with Bijan. He's obviously have the most upside there, or obviously the most opportunities, with the exception of Anthony Richardson, obviously being a quarterback, so he'll be leading the offense there. C.J. Stroud is going to be in Houston.
I gotta
It's going to be kind of quiet for that.
Gotta count.
And what's the? Let me hear it. Let me see.
I got my second. I do have a counter. Mr. Gibbs in Detroit. I forgot. Mr. Gibbs in Detroit is going to see the ball a lot with Mr. Swift leaving. So that is a viable option if they can. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm trusting Jared Goff to throw the ball the whole time, bro. Let's be realistic. Like, they ran the ball a lot with Swift. Detroit DeAndre Swift averaged me at least 20 points when he was healthy in Detroit. Nothing less.
Yeah,
Nothing less.
And David Montgomery does have issues here and there. He could either slow up or get injured. Like, he'll have a crazy outburst 1 week or 2 weeks in a row, and then he'll slow down completely. So that's a very good point.
So
yeah, but
I
like Bijan. No, you're good. I just saying I like Bijan there. I like Bijan in Atlanta or Anthony Richardson. That would be my second choice.
All right, let's go ahead and get into some defensive rookies of the year.
Yes, sir.
Wayne, how you feel about the defense? Who you got?
I like Will Anderson, dog. I like Will Anderson in Houston.
Yeah,
he's just
big.
a dog, man. He was a dog in Alabama, and I feel like Houston, they're gonna use him a lot in a lot of different places.
Sound like you got at least two people here who agree with you and me and Tommy Grand. That right? Is that right, Tommy?
So between Will Anderson, Nick Herbig, if Pittsburgh uses him properly, kind of lines him opposite, or the alternation with alter.
Hey, Nick Herbig is plus 3,000.
I'm just saying, you alternate him and TJ Watt in and out, because again, like the way he's looking right now, he looks just like TJ Watt. He's using the same moves as TJ Watt, and he's younger, so he might have a little bit more speed, less wear and tear on his body. So Nick Herbig and the kid out of Philadelphia, unfortunately, I hate, again, this is another situation where I just hate bigging up these guys, but Jalen Carter, taking the place of, what is it? Who's the younger that left?
The Hargrave, I believe.
Yeah, Hargraves. Yeah, Hargraves left. He's in San Francisco. So Jalen Carter is going to be starting on the inside. He's going to have a lot of opportunities to get to the quarterback. I mean, Philadelphia front seven almost set the record. We said it earlier. Almost set the record for sacks last year. They haven't really missed a step with the exception of Hargraves leaving. So Jalen Carter is going to have a lot of opportunities, and he's already pushing people down. It's going to be a lot of pancakes. It's going to be a lot of sack opportunities, deflected balls at the line. So Will Anderson is obviously going to be leading for me. Then Herbig, and Jalen Carter. Those are my three with Will Anderson.
All right, Sav, who you looking at for defense?
I was just checking that now. Oh, man. It's going to be interesting. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I'm a big risk taker. I'm gonna trust. Because I'm expecting the division not to be good, but I'm expecting him to be good. And I'm expecting him to have a good year. I'm picking Brian Breezy. It's my rookie defensive player of the year. That's all I'm going with.
That's plus 5,000.
Outstanding.
There's also, I'm not going to say defensive player of the year, but I don't know if I mentioned him earlier, but there's a young cornerback that went undrafted. I believe he came out of Alabama. Eli Ricks had a pick six against Baltimore. I'm not going to say he's not going to be a defensive player of the year, but that secondary, they have a couple issues that they have to shore up. I know Bradbury tends to get burnt often. Darius Slay, as much as they want to say, big play Slay, or whatever you want to say, you know what I mean? I think Eli Ricks, if he's consistent, he's going to see a lot of playing time out there in Philadelphia too. Just something to think about.
Fair.